Hello there guys and welcome to another race here in Elite Racing League, the Endurance Division for round number 4 in Japan. And the previous race I got a terrible race. It was in Austria and it went terribly. And now we are here in Japan trying to get a very good result, especially a race win, and that's the thing we are gonna do it. But first, let's look at the standings, and we see that TheRealGT is leading the driver's standings with 55 points, and in second is Lugardo with 52 points. Jimmy is in third with 35 points, and meanwhile myself is in a distant 7th with 18 points. Of the points we've scored was in round 2 in Saudi Arabia, and hope it is not the only race that I'll score points after this race in Japan. Now let's look at the constructors, and we see that Aston Martin leads them with 59 points, and AlphaTauri is in second with 52 points, the only scorer in AlphaTauri being Lugardo. And we see that Mercedes is in third with 37 points, and Alpine is in 6th with 30 points. So it'll be a very tight fight for P3. And we head into qualifying knowing that we needed to put the harder tire locations so we can use that hard tire compound in qualifying, because in Q1 we need to use hard tires, in Q2 we need to use mediums, and in Q3 we need to use soft tires. And if we violate that rule, we'll get sanctioned with 5-second time penalty. Although it is gonna be a pretty light penalty, but I see it with no worth it of taking that thing. And we head into Q1. We set the lap time and we got into Q2 pretty easily. I did not need to take any effort because 13 drivers set lap times and more than 13 got into Q2. So yeah, I needed to just only set a lap time. No matter how bad it was, I would still go into Q2. But here in Q2, I needed to take an effort and get past into Q3. But I did that effort and I easily got past into Q3, getting in second. Although yeah, that doesn't matter how well you get, as long as you are in the top 10, you get into Q3. And here is where you gotta get pretty serious. As we get into the SS, we do it pretty fast and fortunately a bit great, and we see that the delta is at minus 11 seconds. We are improving 11 seconds of the previous lap, and in reality is that I did 2 laps before that one, but both of them were failed, and we set the fastest sector 1, so this is gonna get pretty well. And if I finish this lap pretty well, I may get into pole position. If not, I might qualify into P10 because I set 2 failed lap times, and the first failed lap time was the one it got registered, and the second one I think I went into the pits. But we exit the spoon curve and we are having the slipstream. Oh my goodness me, I almost crashed into the Aston Martin, but well, is it gonna be the fastest sector 2? Yes it is, and we head into 130R. It is just a flat out corner, and we head into the Casio Triangle chicane. I don't know how many am I pre-gaining, and we head into the final corner. We open the RS and we set a lap time of 1:27.239, which puts us into pole position. The first pole position that we set in the Elite Racing League Endurance. So, is it gonna be a race win for us? Or is it gonna be just like another Elite Racing League race, which I start on pole and then I get beaten by TheRealGT? Well, hope it is not the second case, and in this time I win. At first I would start on hard tires, but then I saw that everyone else was starting on mediums, so I decided to join them. I loaded the fuel with 97 kilograms, and with that we're gonna start round number 4 in Elite Racing League Endurance, and we are underway for no, we got a bugged red flagged, and that means that we'll have 2 less laps of racing. Technically we'll be on lap 3, yeah, but it's gonna be a 51 lapper race, and well, the strategy will be the same. I'll start on mediums and then I'll box for hards. I don't know which lap, but maybe it is gonna be in around the 20s or the 30s. Let's see how it goes through the rest of the race. And with that, hope we get a good start on the race. And we are about to start this thing for real. No red flag, no anything. The 5 red lights have now turned on, and we are on the way for the Japanese Grand Prix in Elite Racing League. And we are finally, for the first time since like, I don't know, we get a good getaway and we maintain pole position, and we exit turn 2 leading the race. Although yeah, I'll be like in P2 for the next few laps, but well, at least I would be in P1 for this lap. And we head into 130R, and we already have danger of being overtaken by TheRealGT. It was predictable, and we head into Castle Triangle running wide because I picked so late in order to defend from TheRealGT, but instead it caused the real opposite, and I exited the chicane, almost spinning, and oh yeah, I saved it. We enter lap 4 down to P5. Not a good end of the first full lap of the race, but maybe we can do a comeback. And beginning lap 8, I get up into P4 because Pablo ran wide into turn 1 and lost control in spun. And although yeah, I overtook Panther on that same lap, but on the next lap, lap 10, I get overtaken by him, but I decided to go wheel to wheel into turn 1, and oh man, it was not a good idea. It was a terrible one, and I lost control because we made contact, and I spun, and Panther unfortunately did not get any disadvantage because of that contact. I think he only lost like a second or 2, but I lost 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 seconds because of that spin, and oh, that was terrible, and unfortunately that means that my race might get ruined because of that. We are down to P8, and I don't know, maybe getting the race win now is impossible if there is no safety car, and also we need to manage our fuel. But despite these terrible things, I still needed to do a little comeback at least, and heading into lap 11 we kept up into P7 because Pablo made a more major mistake than his spin on lap 8, and he crashed into the wall and damaged his front wing, and that's how we get up into P7. And on lap 15 we get up into P6 because we overtake around the outside entering the Castle Triangle, and we overtake the Aston Martin, and oh, we were wheel to wheel on the DRS detection zone, and no one got DRS because of that. And we begin lap 16 about to getting overtaken by him, but instead we get up into P6 successfully, and we got off pretty well with him. And on lap 19 we get up into P5 because my teammate let me pass him. Lap 20 and the virtual safety car got deployed, and a very good time that it got deployed because I am gonna box for hard tires, and it is 33 laps to go, so it is a good time to box. And also thank God it got deployed because I was at minus 0.22 laps of spare fuel, and I was struggling to conserve fuel. Although yeah, the virtual safety car ended right now as I entered the pits box for hearts. It will still be a decent timing. I don't think I would lose anything. It is just an early scheduled pit stop, and with that we are down to P10, but it is because some drivers decided to stay out. Laps passed and my undercut is pretty working because I don't need to wait for these drivers to box, and instead I overtake them pretty easily. And lap 24 I make that great overtake from Churrasco down the inside into the hairpin, and now I think the drivers that are in front of me, the two drivers, are gonna box instead of being overtaken by myself, and that's the thing they have done. Lap 26, we are back into P5, but although yeah, we are in P5, but that spin with Panther on lap 10 was the one which ruined my chances to get the race win. And I need to manage my fuel, and well, unfortunately I think that's the position that we will finish in this race. And because I was wandering in P5 and also managing the fuel, I couldn't catch these two drivers, and I was hopelessly wandering in P5 thinking that I am gonna finish in that position until Eddie's retirement, which cost the first full course safety car of this race. And so that means that we are gonna box for soft tires. It is lap 34 out of 53, 19 laps to go. So it is gonna be a pretty good idea to box for softs. Although yeah, the tire wear will be affecting us a lot, but I think the initial stint will be extremely good. And so I sit with no wonder why I am gonna box for this set of tires. And at the end of lap 38 we end the safety car, and unfortunately I don't think we'll get a good safety car relaunch because this lap car made us do a terrible relaunch, and well, he spun, but we will still overtake him because he's a lap car, and man, that is making us that comeback a little bit badly. And we are still in P5, but we are in P3 with the penalties applied, and hope it is like that. But it wasn't anymore by lap 43 because Jimmy is now more than 3 seconds ahead of me, and he still has a 3-second time penalty. And now we are down to P4 with the penalties applied because Panther has 6 seconds of penalties accumulated and is way less than 6 seconds. In fact, it is less than 3 seconds. So, well, hope they keep fighting each other so they can lose time, and so Jimmy can be less than 3 seconds ahead of me and be back in 3rd place. Lap 46 and I'm still in P4 with the penalties applied, but that changes because Nevado is out of the race, and that deploys the second full course safety car, and it is lap 46 out of 53, and I decided to box for another set of soft tires. I think it is gonna be a pretty ideal one because our softs are at 35% of tire wear, so yeah, I think it is gonna be an extremely great idea, and I think that many of them will gonna box. We see that Panther now has 9 seconds of penalties accumulated, and with the penalties applied we are still in P4, but we might get up into P2 if the one who is in second place or the one who is leading the race has penalties. So let's see, or if not, well, at least we're gonna be in P3 with the penalties applied. But also, yeah, we have to overtake these drivers because remember that we are here to win the race. So we overtake these drivers, and Then let's see if it's possible to fight Lugardo and the real GT. And that's the thing that we're gonna do after the safety car, which ends at the end of lap 48, and we see that Lugardo is down to 3rd place physically, and that means that we get up into 3rd place with the penalties applied, maybe into P2, well no, into P2 with the penalties applied, because Jimmy is in P2 and has penalties, as well as Lugardo and Panther, and we head into the SS. TheRealGT is leading the race, and I don't know if he has penalties or not, but which he has. If not, well, let's see if we can overtake him physically, so we can beat him. And we head into the Techno, and we are seeing that, oh, it is gonna be a little bit of a tough fight to get up into P2 physically, as we see that Jimmy tries to overtake Lugardo on the hairpin, and they're real wide exiting the hairpin, but not anymore. And we see that Panther wanted to overtake Jimmy, and he tries to overtake into the spawn curve, and oh, there is a little bit of a tight fight for P3, and we exit the spawn curve, and we are having the ARS, and we overtake, well, I decided to not overtake Panther into 130R, and oh my goodness me, that was a little bit scary for me. And we overtake, well no, in reality we could not overtake him on the Casio Triangle chicane, and we end up lap 49 still in P5. Not a good thing. No, please don't overtake me, teammate, don't overtake me, please behave well to me. Fortunately you did well, thank you. And on lap 51 we have a great chance to overtake Jimmy, because he's run out of ERS and I still have ERS, and we get into 130R, overtaking Jimmy before that corner, and we see that there's 3 wide for the race lead, and we head into the Castle Triangle chicane, and they are pretty much in a tight fight. Oh boy, Lugardo has gotten into the last corner pretty terribly, exited the chicane terribly, and we see that Panther overtakes TheRealGT before turn 1, although TheRealGT might not have taken lots of effort because Panther has 9 seconds of penalties accumulated. So for TheRealGT it is not a great deal, because anyways he'll be leading the race with the penalties applied, but I am wanting to overtake him, and that's the great chance that I am having. And we head into a techno curve. Well, I'm waiting for the great chance to overtake him, but we see that Lugardo, what are you doing, Lugardo? No, you are not doing a work in favor of me, and oh, no, you cannot do this to me. No, you ain't gonna overtake me. Unfortunately you did, and still you're gonna finish behind me because of your penalty, you idiot. And you ran out of ERS, so you are doing a work against me. Oh wait, no, you are actually wanting to go for the race win physically, although yeah, you won't get the race win, but yeah, thank you for clearing me the space to overtake TheRealGT. We head into the final lap of the race, and we are to wheel with him, and we head to turn 1. No, Lugardo, you boxed me in. You are a man who wanted to work against me. Oh no. We head into the SS. We see that TheRealGT has run out of ERS, but still we have chances to overtake him because no car is between us, so that's the good thing. And also we are in P2 with penalties applied, and oh no, we see that our teammate is behind us, right behind us. Please don't do a terrible thing with us and fortunately nothing wrong happened in the hairpin, and we head into the spoon curve trying to overtake TheRealGT. Well, after that corner, and that corner is gonna be pretty crucial, and I have to do this perfect corner exit, but unfortunately I haven't done that thing, and I have to do this thing, and we deploy a lot of our ERS. TheRealGT has run out of ERS first than us, and we overtaking into 130R. We are doing that thing. No, he's will to win with us into the chicane. He dive bombed us, and we exit the chicane, and we are trying to beat him. No, it did not work. It did not work. No, tactics. No, he won the race. The real GT won the race. No. I wanted to beat him, although it was now impossible, but I still wanted to do that thing, but unfortunately I went past the car's limits, and we finished P8 and 9. To make things worse, my teammate crashed into me, and we finished in the last 2 positions. That was terrible. If I hadn't made it safe into the last corner, I would have finished second, but instead I wanted to do it with the race win, and unfortunately it did not happen. Churrasco finished second, Lugardo finished third with the fastest lap, the Aston Martin finished 4th, Jimmy in 5th, Panther in 6th, and Capo finished in 7th. It ended up being the worst case scenario for our team, Alpine, finishing the last 2 positions. No, that is not good. That was terrible.